Hello everyone, it's me. I'm back again. I've been gone for a bit again, but some stuff happened. Like I almost got stuck in Japan because I was denied boarding because apparently my passport's validity was too short, although it wasn't. But like basically, I tried to return to my own country because I was on a tourist visa, and I go up to like check into the flight, and I give the lady my passport, and the lady is like, this might be the validity of your passport might be too short, but let me call up Shanghai and check it out with them because I was supposed to have a layover in China. And the first time around, when I flew in, it was fine. Like, I could totally just stay in China for a day and then get on my way. But on the way back, I've encountered some problems, and the lady called like Shanghai immigration, and they were like, no, she cannot come. We don't want her here. And I was like, oh, okay. What do I do now? But thankfully, I figured it out. And like went to my country's embassy, and they gave me an emergency passport. So thankfully it went pretty smoothly after the first initial shock, but it was still pretty like it stressed me out a bunch. But I did it. I lost a bit of money that I was hoping I could stretch out for longer period of time so I could continue working on my art and this comic, but it's nothing too disastrous. We can still work with this. I'm currently trying to get like a part-time job, like after my art job, which I do from whenever I wake up till I fall asleep, but having a little bit of a reliable income would be nice. I just like feeling secure in my finances, which is a shame because this line of work doesn't really provide that, does it? Well, maybe for some people it does. Not for me yet, but I'm still figuring it out. This is kind of I see it as a big snowball. Well, maybe it's a small snowball right now, and as I get along life and try to make this work, I kind of pick up things, and hopefully I can make this a job for myself, like a full-time job. But yeah, and I'm still making this comic. I will continue making it until it is done. Well, the thing is, I think this is just a prologue. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but prologue. Yeah, prologue. I don't know. And I broke the mouse to my computer, so I can't even play games now because I have a wireless mouse and I have a laptop, and I forgot to unplug the USB thingy from the USB port, and it got smashed during my convoluted travels. Oh, and I didn't even say how I got out. Oh yeah, so I got the temporary passport, and then I had to book another flight. That's why it took so much money. Well, that's part of why, because the temporary passport fee was in itself kind of expensive. So I had to get another flight. So I just went through South Korea, which was very nice. Yeah, and like, I don't know what is it about airports, but sometimes airports attract people with very distinct looks to them. Like, some of them just look like straight up from a cartoon. I wouldn't say I qualify for that, because like, as much as my PNG tuber, this little thing here that talks, is like all in a cool, like, kind of Victorian outfit with a hat and teeth and stuff. Like, in real life, I just kind of dress in black. And sometimes I do when, when you get the feeling like you walk around and you see a really cool person and you're like, damn, I don't have my cool outfit on today. I have the stupid outfit for being stupid and normal and just going to the store, and then someone's like in a really cool outfit. I know that feeling. But yeah, on that airport, like there was a guy who had the bodily proportions of straight up Johnny Bravo from that Cartoon Network cartoon. Like, he was really a triangle with legs. It was insane. And he had like a black curly hair done in like this greaser style, but it was curly. And he had like white, very tight white, almost crop top on, and like white, not white, light denim pants with like a cool buckle with like stars on it. Like he was a whole character, and I applaud that. I thought, as well, maybe it's not entirely my style, but I really think that when people go to these like extremes to express themselves and make themselves look like they want to look, that's really cool. Yeah, I am all for that, but it was just jarring. Like, this guy literally looked like he could be in a cartoon. And his face was all sharp angles. Like, obviously he's a guy that really cares about what he looks like. And it was just, he just stood out so much from the other people in the line. But like in a good way, I'd say. Well, depends on what you like. I don't necessarily say that I would like to look like that guy, but I admire the dedication to self-expression. Yes, that's how I would put it. Yeah, and I just slept on the airport because I was like, I am not leaving this airport. If something happens again, I'm just gonna wait for my next connecting flight. I am not getting out of this airport. I am staying here. So I slept on a bench, and there was a couple next to me, and they had a baby. It's a very sad situation where a baby has to sleep on an airport. But now that I think about it, maybe they just came in, like, you know how you're supposed to come in 3 hours before a flight? So maybe they just had a flight like at 5 a.m. or something, and they came in like 3 hours before and just had to wait like that. So they decided to lay down on a bench next to me too. But the baby was very well behaved. It didn't cry, it didn't do nothing, it just slept on the bench with the parents. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. The worst part about the bench thing is that I slept on the bench for like, well, or at least tried to sleep on that bench, airport bench, for like 4 hours. But then I left because that bench wasn't too good. There was like, I think the AC was directly above it, and like cold air kept blowing on me. So I got pretty cold. So then I decided to walk around a bit and maybe find a better bench. And I did. I found a heaps better bench. It was like in a darker area, and nothing was blowing, no cold air was blowing on me. And there was, like, the bench itself was padded. So I slept on that for like 2 or 3 more hours. But then people started coming into the airport to like catch their flights, and it was too loud to get any more sleep. But yeah. So shout out to South Korea for kind of saving me and taking me in when China wouldn't. I guess you could say, oh, it's your fault because your passport wasn't valid. But I went to my country's embassy and they were like, oh, we checked it and they should have let you on. The flight, I don't know why they didn't. The person making the decision in Shanghai must have had a really bad day that day. But yeah, and I'm still making the comic. I'm trying to find different ways to get more money to feel more secure. And I already have more ideas for like what's gonna happen in the next comics with the ZIPDOG, and like I at least have 2 ideas for 2 more I don't know what to call it, chapters, because I think I'm gonna continue doing stuff with these characters, until I don't want to anymore, and maybe I can make it in like an actual book or something. But yeah, I've been trying to work on this comic every day, like until it's done, and I've done a fair bit. It's 19 pages long now, and I think 2 of them are fully done. But unfortunately, I do them randomly like an idiot. I should have just started cleaning the sketches and stuff up from the beginning so I could post them for you guys. But I started at like page 15 or something. But maybe I'll do that today. Maybe today I'll work on the first couple of pages and just post it bit by bit. Yeah. But I think it's improving my art a lot, trying to make a comic. I think everyone should do that. Like if you're not interested in making comics or telling stories with your drawings, then probably not. But like if you want to make comics, go for it. Even if it's ugly, you can do it. I did it. We can all do it. Oh man, but yeah, that was really stressful. I was so glad when I was on that plane to South Korea, because I was about to overstay my visa in Japan, and I didn't want to do that. That would have been troublesome. But thankfully, it all went smoothly after that fiasco at the airport the first time. Yeah. And I'm still on the fence about if I should keep the speech bubbles. Should the speech bubbles be my handwriting, or should I try out a font? Maybe in the next installment I'll try and experiment with that. And yeah, these are the last few panels of the prologue. Whoa, why did it stop? Oh, okay, we're going again, sure. And I really need to name the other characters. The only character that has a name is ZIPDOG. I don't know what to call the other, like the white-haired girl that was just ahead. What should she be called? Don't know. I was hoping it would, like, I would see something and I would get divine enlightenment and just, I would come up with a name, but I still haven't. Yeah, I don't know what to call her. We have to figure this out, guys. And it's fun making comics like this without really, because I really hate planning. I like when stories just appear in my head. So, and I just sketch them on paper. So I like how, like, I'll just be going about my day, and then I'll start thinking about ZIPDOG as a character, and like just these thoughts pop into my head, like, oh, ZIPDOG would like this, or on her days off she does this, or her view on that is this. Like, it just, like, I don't sit there and ask myself, like, what would happen if this or that? It just appears in my brain like it's ghosts speaking to me. Well, it's not ghosts speaking to me, but I don't know if you guys know what I mean. Like it just kind of pops in my brain. I think it's that process of my brain mixing all the information that I've seen and like my experiences and creating these characters in my subconscious, and then it kind of bubbles up in the pot that is my brain. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, we will have to see if my, like, the way that I draw gets more uniform as we go on, because I feel like I really gotta check this and make some like proper reference sheet for my characters, because I feel like from panel to panel they kind of look different. But yeah, it's 19 pages long, the prologue. How good is that? I think that's pretty freaking awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. Yeah. And see you guys in the next installment. Hopefully I won't get stuck in any other foreign countries again. And I will make a bunch of money and it will all be good. Okay. See you guys. Bye.